Today on Urban Life, Pavar Snipe. Sunny Tuff. Sanura Harris.
This is your man, Sunny Tuff, a.k.a. Sunny Digolo. We're live in the 757 and Ill Sweet News at UBUS Books Plus. You are now rocking with Urban Life TV.
Welcome to Urban Life, where we interview some of today's hottest artists, models, and local celebrities in the Hampton Roads area. I'm your host, Kim Fields, and today we are here with radio personality, news columnist, event host, and panelist Pavar Snipe. How are you today, Pavar?
I'm great, Kim. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for letting Urban Life have a chance to interview you.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm just honored to be a part of things, so thank you.
No problem. So let's start off with a little bit of your background. So where are you originally from? What brought you to the Hampton Roads area?
Well, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, Sheepshead Bay. I came to Hampton Roads when I was 12 years old with my mom and my brother, moved to Norfolk, and I would definitely call myself a Norfolk VA girl. I graduated from Granby High School, went to college in Lynchburg, Virginia, and then pursued my career ever since then.
What was it like being a Buddha brother, sister number one? What was that like?
It was so awesome. You know, DJ Law, God rest his soul, and Big B were big brothers and really great friends to me from my very first day at the station. When I first started doing traffic, I literally worked in a closet. We called it the traffic closet. I literally would like run back and forth between 4 different radio stations and do the traffic and then run back to my little closet and then run back and forth again. And at the time, that's when the Buddha Brothers were on in the afternoon. And me and the guys just really started getting this really great rapport and this great relationship. And that, you know, they would call me in when they were doing entertainment. And they would say, no, come in here and we want to hear what a woman has to say about this. And, you know, it was just a lot of fun. And it was just a natural flow. It wasn't, you know, anything that we worked hard at doing. It was just natural. And so the guys had gotten offered to do the morning show. And when they got the offer, DJ Law came to me and he was just like, we really want you to come on board and be the entertainment person. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it was history after that.
That's really awesome. Well, I know you got a chance to interview some politicians, comedians, writers, musicians. Let's talk about some of the politicians you interviewed. You got the chance to interview Obama. Is that correct? President Obama. Tell us about that experience.
Oh, that was just amazing. This was before he became president. This was during the 2008 presidential campaign. And he called us several times. He called into the show after I built up different relationships with some of the campaign managers who were working on the campaign. And, you know, each time it was just the momentum was building. So you knew that this was more than likely going to be the president of the United States. Especially by our third interview, we knew that it was pretty much going to be a done deal. And we knew that we were making history. And we knew that we were informing our community in a way that they hadn't been informed before. So that was an honor. It was actually, for me, it was a bigger deal when we interviewed Michelle Obama, though, because, I mean, I'm a Michelle fan. I just love her, and I love the energy that she had throughout our interview. Because she had, you know, besides the fact that her husband was running for president, she had called to specifically talk about registering to vote and the importance in voting. And, you know, from that conversation, we went into talking about preparing the girls, Sasha and Malia, to become, you know, worldwide known girls. You know, what was it like preparing for them for life in the public eye? And, you know, she gave us great insight on what it's like, you know, raising children that are going to be, you know, having the eyes of the world on you. And her main message was that they had to make that sacrifice. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice for the greater good, and know that you have a greater purpose in life. And it was such an inspirational interview, and I really enjoyed that.
What was it like interviewing Jay-Z?
Jay-Z was really cool. He called in, so that wasn't an in-person interview, but it was fun. That was during the time that Foxy Brown, she either had just been arrested or she just went to jail. And, so of course, we kind of tried to get him to make a comment about that, and he just kind of brushed it off. And, of course, we talked about Beyonce a little bit, but that was before they were married, so he wasn't really trying to go hard on talking about Beyonce. But it's Jay-Z. Of course, you want to talk to Jigga, man. It was a good interview.
Okay, all right. So what was it like for you, the experience of meeting Obama, meeting Michelle, talking to Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige, your whole career? What is it like for Pavar? What is a day in the life of Pavar like?
Oh, wow. First off, Mary J. Blige. Mary J. was the interview. That was an in-person interview at the Radio Music Awards back in 2005, I think. And I was so nervous. Oh my God, that was the most nervous I've ever been for any interview ever, because this is MJB, and I mean, I've been a fan of her since I was like 19 years old, and she's just so regal. You know what I mean? She just comes across as, I'm Mary and I've got it together. Not like, snobby, but just like, give me your questions now. And I answered, I had her questions, but I mean, I was just so nervous. And I remember, I don't know what it was that I asked her, but I asked her something that just didn't even make sense, because I couldn't even get the words out right. And I was just like, what did I just say? And Mary said, what? And I was like, let me rephrase that question. But she was a great interview. Again, the Obamas were phone interviews, so we didn't actually get to talk to them in person, but they were still it was a great experience. But a day in the life of Pavar. A day in the life of Pavar is just a day in the life of being truly blessed. I am so thankful for the opportunities that I've had, for the opportunities that I continue to have, for the amazing people that God has put into my life who encourage me and tell me that I've inspired them in any kind of way. When you wake up and you just live your life every day, you don't think about, am I inspiring people? You just want to do your best. And when I hear anybody say that, they followed me or looked up to me or whatever, I just give it up to God to be thankful that he's allowed me to be a venue to inspire.
Well, tell us a little bit about the charities and everything that you participate in. I do know that you promote AIDS awareness. You was actually on BET panels list. You also promote you don't promote domestic violence, but you talk to women about domestic violence. And what about the presidential elections? You're very strongly into that. Tell us a little bit about how you became interested in those.
Well, a good friend of mine, Saran Bell Day, who's a teacher in Portsmouth, has an organization called Youth Against Drugs and Disease. And she had came to me now, I guess 5 years ago, and was promoting a program she was doing called Youth Against Drugs and Disease Youth Fest. And I partnered with her in bringing this great program, to another level, where we brought in Lil Mo, and we did a celebrity basketball game, and, we gave away prizes from BET, and that was a lot of fun, because when you really think about the impact that AIDS has on our community, it's substantial. And I think that, unfortunately, it's just not talked about as much now as it was talked about when I was a teenager, during the TLC days. Everybody was talking about condom, safe sex. But, it just started to die down over the past decade or so. And that's mainly because of the fact that, which is great, AIDS, you can't say is necessarily a death sentence. Having HIV is not a death sentence, and that's wonderful. However, because of that fact, the emphasis on prevention is not made as much as it used to be. And it's something that we still really need to think about. It's really important. Another charity that I really think is important, of course, is the Her Shelter in Portsmouth. That's a domestic violence shelter for women, and they just do a great job at bringing in women, not only bringing the women in, but bringing their children in, and they're allowed to stay there for so much time and get job training and get, legal help or whatever it is they need to do in order to get out of the situation that they've been facing. And I just think that they're underserved program in the Hampton Roads area that people really need to know a lot about, so they can get some help to help women who can't help themselves.
Right now, you're working on your own business, the Sassy Consulting. What exactly is that?
Okay, Sassy Snipe Consulting is it is my business venture to show people how to use the media to get ahead. Being that I've been a part of the media for so long, and I know so many people in the media, I know what it is that you need to do in order to get, the press to cover it, or get at least, a mention on the news or a mention in the newspaper. So it's basically an opportunity for me to really show people how to use media savvy and get some publicity. I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's really fun to be able to tell people, another way to get their dreams out there. It's really about, also it's about image building. Motto is without the image you're nothing. You need to act the part, look the part, walk, talk, and be the part in order to actually make that manifest. And it's really about just showing people, the small steps. It's small steps to be a success, but you just have to know what those small steps are.
So what would you like to tell the viewers, especially the young people who want to pursue their dreams? You did it, they can do it. What would you like to leave? Something positive.
Two things. Never give up, and your today does not define your tomorrow. You never know what's right around the corner for you, and I think that especially young people who might be coming up in hard situations, financially, you're having financial problems. Nowadays, if you don't have cable, it's terrible. Nowadays, if you don't have a cell phone, if you don't have a computer at home, all these things are just the worst thing ever. And I just remember there were so many times when as a teenager, I went without a lot. And, at the time, it just seemed like it was so terrible, but, I came so far. And I always knew that there was something better ahead for me. And so I just want people to just always know that what you're going through today does not define what's going to be going for you for the rest of your life. So don't give up on it.
And may we have some of your contact information just in case we have viewers out there who want to contact you? How could they contact you?
Absolutely. Of course, Facebook. Pavar Snipe, PAVARSNIPE, Facebook. PavarSnipe.com. SassySnipe.com, Twitter at Pavar, Twitter at SassySnipe, Smoke Signals, Homing Pigeon, you can find me. It's not easy to get a hold of.
Well, there you go, Urban Life viewers. Pavar Snipe, another local celebrity. Like I told you, you never know who's going to stop through at Urban Life. There you go. Stay tuned for the 757 Spotlight with Miss JoJo Caddy.
Hey, you're tuned into Urban Spotlight. It's your girl, Miss JoJo Caddy, here to bring you an exclusive Spotlight interview, so stay tuned. Welcome back. It's your girl, Miss JoJo Caddy, and we're bringing you an exclusive Spotlight interview with Sunny Tuff. Here we go. How you doing today?
I'm fine. Yourself?
That's good. I'm good. Thank you for coming on the show.
No problem.
I know you're a busy man.
I'm good. Appreciate that. My pleasure.
Yeah, the pleasure's all mine. So where are you from?
Actually, I was born in Philadelphia, but Virginia is my home. I lived in Gloucester. We called it Glass City. I lived in Ill Sweet News, Hampton, Richmond, you name it. All of Mr. Universal, type of guy.
Tell us a little bit about, growing up, where you're from, how you grew up, and how that has molded you to be a better person in life and also a better artist.
Okay. Wow. We can take it back. I'm going to tell you, I'm a 70s wild child. As I said before, ill adult. I grew up listening to, like, the old school 70s music, you name it, all genres. I mean, I love all type of music.
Okay.
If it has a good vibe, I'm with it.
Right.
So that makes, that kind of built a lot of character for me. We all, old school hip hop. I grew up listening to that. Definitely made a major impact and influence on my life. Actually, it kept my youth. Messing with, the music, it always kept, it just kept me like a childlike state.
Right.
So I'm thankful for that, for real.
Okay.
Because back then it had a lot of substance. So,
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. So you're old school, baby.
Yeah, indeed, old school.
So how did you get your start coming up in the music industry, or at what point in your life did you feel like that this is something that you wanted to pursue full time and this is your passion?
Actually, I was a DJ. I'm a DJ at heart.
Oh,
I
wow.
love mixing.
Okay.
Listen to a lot of instrumentals and stuff like that. But I remember I was DJing for my brothers. We were called Fruit of the Womb back in the days. We still always go to New York and stuff, shop our demos like in the early '90s. And
That street hustle.
yeah. We was on it. We was always on it. I could tell you millions of stories. But I remember we did a show in Fredericksburg at Mary Washington. And I was out in the audience, and Mad Skills was performing. We was opening up for Mad Skills that time.
Oh, wow.
He put the mic out in the audience, and for some odd reason, I had wrote 16 bars, just be funny. He handed the microphone in the audience. It was like everybody there, and I spit 16. And from that, everybody was like, "Wow, you should rhyme." I was living in Virginia Beach at the time, but I was like, I took it from there, recorded in the studio in Virginia Beach, and from there, I started doing my own thing, with the rhyming and stuff.
What makes you different from the rest of the cats out here?
Woo. How am I different? I guess that's a good one right there.
Because everybody and their mama want to be an artist or entertainer.
Right.
And a lot of times, it's good artists out here, but you got to be a true entertainer.
True.
So, what makes you different from the rest?
I think me, I guess, is just my personality. The way I carry myself. I mean, everybody say, they different and stuff, but when you see him, you're like, oh, he just sound like this next person that came up.
Right.
Like on the stage, no stage presence. A lot of times I used to read books too as far as performing. And you got to not even kind of, you have to be like in tune with your audience.
Right.
Make them feel you and this and that. So, I mean, I try to take it to that level.
Yeah, and personality is key. With artists, the people don't just love your music. They love the personality, the person that you are.
Absolutely.
And that's how you have longevity. What inspires you when you're just in that creative mode and things like that? What are some things in life that just inspire you overall?
When I was younger, I would say like family members.
Okay.
My mother, rest in peace. Man, she taught me how to love. I'm a giver. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do with entertainment. I give everything I got. I mean, it's kind of emotional with me.
Right.
I give them a piece, not even a piece of me. I give them all of me. But she taught me, as far as the music, she was always supportive. So, she was definitely one of them. My uncle, rest in peace too, played the piano, singing. I grew up listening to him and my auntie from Philly. She had like a major record collection. That's what made me want to have a collection. She used to have like this massive records.
Wow.
And I used to just digging through them. I used to take some, and I started my own, collection too. It's not as big as hers, but it's kind of tiny right now because I moved around so much. But yeah, they definitely family.
Tell us a little bit about Famous Entertainment. If you have any artists under that label, or are you signed to anyone? Just tell us a little bit overall about what you guys do.
Okay. Famous Entertainment, we started that because we are famous unknowns. He's actually been a great inspiration for me. A lot of hip hop that I never even heard of, constantly feed me. I'm learning, whoa, I'm older than him, but he's like a true hip hop. His name is Slim Reaper. Big ups to him. He always believed in me. We've been doing it I would say about 10, 15 years plus, traveling all over. San Diego, NY, DC, all over. And I can't stop. People keep on asking us to come back. Sometimes I may take a layoff because of life. You got to pay the rent.
Exactly.
The bills. So we trying to get back into this, though. We never left, though. We here. We still breathing, so we here. We right here.
So is there anything else you would like to, tell the people about in your life, what's going on, or how they can get you on the internet or social media sites?
Yes. Actually, you can, I'm on Facebook. Again, Sunny Tuff, that's SUNNYTUFF. Never fast forward. You can keep it on rewind. But anyway, I'm on all the different social networks, MySpace, Reverb Nation, actually. I need to get back on there because I've got like 100 messages I haven't even checked. Pardon self, I'm going to be back on there, y'all. I'm going to get back to y'all. I know everybody want to do like collabs, stuff like that. And I've been kind of, like I said, living life, trying to pay these bills and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be back, I'm definitely.
And sometimes we always, life is a beast. So sometimes you got to take time out for life. Even though you have a gift and a talent, sometimes life comes first.
That's right.
And, and your priorities do come first. As long as you get back in there and do what you love to do.
That's right.
So thank you for coming on the show. Glad to have you. And
can I say one more thing, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
One more thing. I got to do this. I definitely got to give it, I got to tip my hat off to everybody who supported, the whole Sunny Tuff, Famous Unknowns, Simply Lace Music Group, all that. I mean, for real, I feel really grateful that, a lot of people always contact me. Even when I'm, on my down, sending messages, calling, see how I'm doing. I want to do some projects with you, or just just chop it up with me. So that makes me feel good, keeps me going, and also read right here in UBS bookstores, UBUS bookstores. This is my man Talib's store. This is like, oh man, I'm trying to get back into reading again, and that's the new fresh and the old fresh. Definitely get you a book. Put it upside your head. Oops, upside your head. Yeah.
Well, thank you again, Sunny Tuff, for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. Y'all know who this is, right?
You've been tuned in. This your girl, Miss JoJo Caddy.
JoJo Caddy.
Urban Spotlight with your
Yes.
boy, Sunny Tuff. So please stay tuned to the next time.
Yes, yes.
Hey, Sonora.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Thank you for coming to the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, tell me, who is Sonora? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sonora, like you said, just does everything: singing, modeling, acting, songwriting. I'm really trying to venture out into as many different avenues as I can.
What got you started in the industry?
I've always had like a knack for singing and performing and acting. Like ever since I was very young, I've always been the big ham. So, I've tried a couple things. I've had a couple jobs, a few different careers. I used to do hair. Maybe I just stopped doing hair like last year. So, I did all that stuff, but this has really been the thing that has kept me intrigued.
So, out of those three, the modeling, the singing, the acting, which one you most passionate about?
I'd have to say singing because it comes so naturally for me. But I'm passionate about all three. I have a lot of fun when I'm doing everything that I've been so blessed to be able to do thus far.
Who are some of the artists that have influenced you over the years?
I was just talking about this last night. I was saying that if Alicia Keys, Beyonce, Faith, Mary, and Erykah Badu had a baby, that would be me, with a splash of Aaliyah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are.
And obviously a whole lot of Sonora, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, girl. So, I listen to your music, and you're really good. I love your talent. Would you say you're more of a soul, jazzy, R&B artist? What kind of singer are you?
All of the above: soul, jazzy, R&B, hip hop, everything. All those things are definitely in my melting pot of Sonora-isms.
And all of the tracks that you have done, which one are you mostly proud of?
I'm proud of all of them. They're all my babies, but I know that I have a song called Very Best Friend that I wrote dedicated to my family members. And another one I'd say called Seasons.
Okay.
The Green Room. Make sure you get your copy of that.
You heard that here, ladies and gentlemen, The Green Room. Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you, how do you deal with negative comment? I'm sure you get, positive, and you get a lot of negative comments. So how do you deal with that?
I'm gonna be honest. Like when I first really started getting into it, like it really bothered me. Like it really, and it still does now. But I realized that people who have negative things to say about you going after your dreams are usually the people who never had the chance to go after theirs. So it's like you can't really take it personally, because that's not, if they had the chance to do what they had to do what they really wanted to do, 100% of people would. So it's like, even though it might get to you, you have to take the good with the bad and know that even though these people are saying these mean things to you or about you, you're still the ambassador for the people who really want to do what they want to do and follow their dreams. So you can't get too upset.
That's right. I like how you put it. Let me ask you another thing. In your opinion, this industry is very hard. Do you think it's a lot harder for a female in this industry than it is for a man?
As an independent artist still rising, I feel like it's hard for everybody. It's hard for everybody, and I think that it really depends on your work ethic. We tend to like to be a little bit more dependent on males instead of really being on our grind and doing what we got to do. So I feel like it's harder for us if we don't want to take the initiative, if we want to be dependent on somebody else. But if we want to really go in and do what we got to do, it's just as hard for us as it is for anybody else who does it.
What advice would you give to any young girls trying to be in this industry, either it's acting, singing, modeling? What advice would you give them?
No matter what anybody says or what anybody thinks or even what you think,
if you have a dream, you have to go for it. You owe it to yourself. Anybody, not even just women, you owe it to yourself to go after whatever it is that you want to do that you feel can benefit you. Like not even just to gain financially and things like that, but just to make sure that you're happy. Like whether it's being with somebody or whether it's pursuing a career in music, whether it's if you just want to do hair, if you just want to do anything, if it makes you happy, do it.
So if anyone looking to book you, working with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Definitely go to my website, www.adoresonora.com. I'm always looking for production and things like that, and you can send producers, send whatever you have, preferably hip hop soul, to my email address, Sanura SANURA .booking@gmail.com. On my Twitter /AdoreSonora, Facebook Sonora757, and yeah, I think that's all my contact info.
Good. So ladies and gentlemen, so if you need any booking, you want to work with this young lady, this very, very talented young lady, make sure you check her website, her Facebook, Twitter, email, and don't forget also to check out
the green room. And I also need to say that as of right now, before the mixtape drops, I'm giving away free downloads of my first album, The Ultimate Accessory, on my website. So once again, you can get the green room. That's available for purchase on my website, but the free download is called Ultimate Accessory. And once again, you can get that at www.adoresonora.com.
That's what's up. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're a very busy young lady to come out to the show, and I wish you the very best of luck with everything. And call me so we can work on that hook.
Definitely will. Thank you so much for having me.
If you're an artist, model, and want to appear on Urban Lyfe, give us a call at 951-544-3273. That is 951-544-3273. Or catch us on Facebook /Urban Lyfe TV.
At what point in your life did you
Thank you
realize
for watching
that
Urban
this is
Lyfe.
something that you wanted to
Stay
do
tuned.
full-time
See you
and
soon.
this is your passion?
Actually, I was a DJ. I'm a DJ at heart. I love mixing. Listen to a lot of instrumentals and stuff like that. But I remember I was DJing for my brother. We called Feet in the Womb back in the day. We still always go to New York and stuff, shot my demos like in the early '90s. And
Street hustler.
yeah, we was doing it. We was always doing it. I could tell you millions of stories. I remember we did a show in Fredericksburg at Mary Washington, and I was out in the audience, and Mad Skills was performing. We was opening up for Mad Skills that time.
Oh wow.
Put the mic out in the audience, and for some odd reason I had over 16 bars. This be funny. He handed the